Everybody, good morning. Glad to see you. Happy Black Friday. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving holiday. Hope you enjoyed it with some people that maybe you care about. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Welcome back, everybody. And if you're somewhere else in the world and didn't have Thanksgiving, well, it was U.S. Thanksgiving here. Market was closed yesterday. And we're back open for a half day today. Dun, 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 dun. Half day. Half days are always weird days, especially when you have I don't know, Thanksgiving week, always a choppy week. My account's been chopped up a little bit, that's for sure, this week. I, Maybe I'll come out to the good in the end. We'll see. We'll see. So the topic of the day: two stocks. Amazon. I know the chart's not the clearest. It's a little bit blurry for even me. That's what I got. Share of incremental U.S. e-commerce, which is online sales, right here. Orange is Amazon. Blue is Walmart. Those are the two big ones. Together, combined, dominating 73% of online sales, incremental online sales. That's pretty wild, especially considering you can buy freaking Teslas online. I don't know if they count that online sales, but I gave Tesla a lot of money right through the app very quickly. So I don't know. They probably don't count that as retail sale, online retail, but it's right in there. Anyway, there you go. 73%. That's pretty wild. Pretty wild that much concentration in just two names. It reminds me of another market. Crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum kind of has the market cap dominated in just two names. Almost a similar proportion. I'm seeing reports that Amazon's going to buy about $250 million of Bitcoin before the end of the year. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know where that's coming from. And Microsoft getting slapped with a antitrust thing right at the close there on Wednesday. But they also, Michael Saylor was tweeting that they're about to do the bond thing like they've been doing for MicroStrategy. So I don't know. Is that the infinite money glitch? Like, can companies just write those bonds, put the money into Bitcoin, make profit off of that? The whole thing, I guess, the big driver of that is the fact that Bitcoin accounting is changing January 1st. You can now carry it as an asset directly on your balance sheet without having to do some monkey business in the numbers. That makes a huge difference. So concentration, be careful when we get huge concentration. Sometimes things happen. And we see rotation out of concentration. But I don't know. Amazon's kind of got it locked down, and the U.S. throwing out there they may go after Amazon. I don't know. We're sitting here. We retested the back. That was the target. We retested the breakout here. Next thing we expect potentially right up there. Maybe. Of course, it could stop at a 618 right here and turn down and come to the roadmap line. So high probability, not anymore. The high probability was over here when we broke above this 618 after hitting the roadmap line, and we got the target right up in here. I'm out of it now. I have no exposure to Amazon. We nailed that one pretty good. Took a little longer than I dreamed of, but hey, we right in the money, right there. Beautiful trade. Walmart has just been sky freaking high. I mean, this is a crazy chart. Last time we got a roadmap bounce was back here a year ago. Holy bananas. Just rocking and rolling. This consumers trading down to Walmart is what Walmart keeps reporting. Seeing higher end consumers. Maybe these people that shop here. Seeing target get whacked. 1, 2, 3, right down to the 618. That might be a big bounce point right there. Could lead to a larger upside move. Although we're going to have to adjust it just a little bit with the lower low there. Still essentially the same zone here. That's almost a double on target. Like this looks like not a big thing, but look, you could buy shares here. If we hit that 260, the upper end of that target, that's a double just on shares. That's a pretty fair opportunity right there. And that could be the start of something bigger. When you look at this, we actually could get 300 on that move. Something like that. It's going to take a while. It's interesting to me. Now, this is notwithstanding that there's potentially a market flush out coming. Potentially. And we're still below that 618. So if we bounced here, we did kind of scrape it there. If we were to bounce it up here again, make a lower high, that can flush. So that's the downside risk on target. Potential upside, but also a potential oopsie going lower. Interesting. Walmart there though, holy bananas. That's a big up, really big up. Kind of up that makes me nervous. Could it going up to 120? Yeah, could. Very well could. And let's see how much money we're talking here. Yeah, $8 billion for every dollar they go higher. For every dollar in the stock, they go higher or lower. It's $8 billion flowing into or out of the market. That's pretty hefty. If they split again 2 for 1, that would be, that's going to be $16 billion. So if they announce another split, well, that'd be a 2 for 1 split. If they do something else, it's adjust the shares accordingly. Gets to be, I don't know. I guess depends on how you look at the share management. Nvidia doesn't seem to have any problem moving with $24.5 billion worth of money flowing into and out of the market to make it move a dollar. Although we are seeing some softness in Nvidia. So be careful out there. Be careful out there. Speaking of be careful, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining, not a recommendation to be buying or selling any financial instrument, including stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries. Don't long them, don't short them, don't trade them. And if you need personal financial advice, you want somebody just tell me what to do to make money. It's not what I do. All right. You're going to have to hire, consult one of those financial advisors, the Fisher Investments guys, I have so many, we've been joking about the Fisher Investments guys in Discord. So bringing those up, other people like Edward Jones, you got to watch out for them. There's this, one of the members said that they got solicited to come work at a financial place like that, be a financial advisor. They said you can't make more than X percent a year because that's just too much, and it's unbelievable, and so you have to take some losses to keep it in check. It's just like what? Anyway, I just can't make too much percent for your clients because it's not sustainable. You're taking too much risk. I don't know. Nobody's watching out for you more than you. I'll guarantee you right now. If you take a personal interest in this stuff, apply it, do it. Nobody's going to do better than you. For you. And remember, it's not a race. It's not even a marathon. Like a lot of other gurus say it's a marathon. In fact, I've said that in the past, but it's not even a marathon. It's just a new way of life. Like you gotta adjust your thinking. to the way we're operating and take action accordingly. So today, pretty benign. Most of the country still high on turkey fumes, and some of us actually working today, like me, in the market, at least a half a day. So there you go. That's today. Next week is December. Holy moly, look at this. We're in the end of the year. End of the year ramp down. This week, so we've got 3 weeks left, basically. This week, the week after, and the week after. This week, that week, and that's the start of the new year right there. Start of 2025. This right here, Christmas holiday, in case you didn't know, market will be closed. So we'll have a couple days. I'll take Christmas and New Year's Day off. Christmas Day and New Year's Day off. Won't be live those days, just so you know. But otherwise, market's open. I'll be here. So you can count on me. Looking at next week, we get some ISM manufacturing, PMI, some more PMI numbers. Manufacturing again. We get some JOLTS jobs. Fairly benign here. With some non-farm employment. Right there. ADP. We get some more ISM PMI numbers. Fed Chair Powell speaking on Wednesday at 1:45. That'll probably move the market a little bit, especially since we're coming into another FOMC meeting. Not next week. It's got a few days, and then we get the monthly jobs report, non-farm employment, unemployment rate, all that stuff right there on Friday. Get some preliminary consumer sentiment and inflation right there on Friday. Another fairly benign day. We've already wound down most of the earnings, so we're just going to kind of coast here for the next couple weeks, I think. And then the following week, following week, not following month, following week, nothing on Monday, nothing on Tuesday. Wednesday, we get CPI, PPI right there, or CPI. And Thursday, we get PPI, should be. But it's not. Yeah, there it is. Right there it is. PPI right there. So not next week, but the week after. A little spicy on economic news. Just those two, CPI, PPI. Lately, and they're in the right order, so we'll see. Probably a normal, benign, no inflation. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Type of set of numbers. And then coming in to the following week, we have retail sales in there for November. Then we got this right here coming up Wednesday, December 18th. Right there. Dun, 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 dun. This is the last one before we switch presidential administrations. Dun, 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 dun. So we'll see what they do. I think they should, basically, I think they should just keep everything. Just quit tinkering with anything. Don't mess with anything. Leave it alone. You can tell me in the chat if that's the way you feel. And there you go. No rest for Tesla employees. Yeah, hey, the world keeps going. Cars keep breaking. Got to sell new ones. All those things. So, welcome everybody to the show. So that kind of outlines all the way through Christmas, because the next week Christmas, next week New Year's, and we're into 2025. So, trading trading Christmas week usually crapshoot, and trading New Year's week usually a crapshoot. We've been known to top the market out shortly after New Year's, so watch out. Could be a top brewing. I don't know. Some people think the Trump bump's going to last right on through the new administration. We shall see. Now this one, semiconductors telling me to be cautious here. This one right here, this right here telling me very, very, very cautious on what's happening. We could rip this right down in here. And that could lead to a bigger correction too, because that could potentially be a 1-2 and we could get a 3 that flushes all the way down in here. All right, need to be cautious on semiconductors. This is flashing warning signs. I did buy a put out to 2027 on NVIDIA. I plan on selling weekly puts well below and kind of financing that baby off. It's kind of my game plan. I have that posted in the trades channel for Termar Trading Lab people. If you want more information, it's right there in the trades channel. If you don't know how to find that, go look in Termar Trading Lab in Discord. It's right there. There's a trades channel. So scroll up just a little bit. It was from last week. So more about the fund here. Here's the top holdings. It's, you know, not super concentrated. Relatively balanced here. NVIDIA, Broadcom, AMD. So if AMD drops, that's just slightly less weight on SOXX going down. You know, I've had that 85 to 105 target. That can drag it down almost as much as NVIDIA. Like Texas Instruments here, Qualcomm, Marvell, chips, not superheroes. And Intel has been pretty crap. There's a few of these that look like they could explode, like that one, but it's just not doing it. This one is just not doing it. So overall, this is kind of giving you a feeling where these might go, which is possibly more downside. You know, hit resistance, hit resistance, hit resistance, hit resistance. Uh-oh. Getting below the roadmap line. We break below this low over here. That's a big red warning. We're going to at least test the low here and probably get an extension lower. Now, my primary expectation is only to here. If we break on down, think about those names that we just went through. That NVIDIA, AMD, Broadcom, AVGO, you know, the QCOM, Marvell, Intel. Those are all, you know, it's not quite equal weighted, but careful on that. You look at some of the ultras riding right on the roadmap line, and that one kind of matching SOXX, only further to the downside. We're already pushing that, already pushing the warning sign right there. That one didn't even get to the 618, just bounced off the roadmap line below, bounced again, bounced again, bounced again, didn't even get there. Watch out below. So I took the rare short because, well, that's looking a little soft. Looking a little bit soft. Alrighty. So what's popping and dropping today? Let's go look, see where we're at. Let's start here. Let's just look at what we got. So we came up and we're hovering. Popped and just sitting here. Now this could extend higher. If we get up to 90, we're almost guaranteed to get a large reaction down, at least in the short term. So that's kind of a caution light in here. We may be soft a little bit before we pop again. Could see some softness. That stock's about their 20-day, you know, so we may see a little churn. Don't expect big things today for me. S5FI, stocks above their 50-day, just kind of hovering right here about 70. Ways to go to 80, definitely a ways to go to 90. Not really indicating anything there. And this one just hovering in the middle. We've had a prolonged period of consolidation in this zone. We have shown no propensity to break down into head and shoulders, so we'll just take that off of there at this point. We had an uptrend line going, and now that would probably be ridiculously high. Remember, we're not going over 100 because you can't get over 100% of S&P 500 stocks above their 200-day. But we could pop that right there. We could see some sparkiness, do kind of a blow off top of the market, and then be the top. So that's one to keep an eye on. Dow Jones, it's not usually one I keep an eye on, but the Dow, whew, that's Dow Incorporated. I guess I got to do DJI. This one right here. Big cautionary tale here. The last time we were this extended to the upside, breaking through the mega channel, if you will. Last time we kind of broke out crazy higher. Was right back here. Now we're kind of doing this breakout crazy higher thing again. Second time, 125 years later. This is more what we're talking about. Oop, I gotta click off the drawing tool. That right there. And then after that, we set a new kind of much higher. And we're actually pushing above that right there. So we could have a bit of a blow off top to go. So if we start doing that, watch out. Could do an echo right there. One of these guys. Hanging just off the bottom of the chart. Right there. If we do another one of those, that would be a pretty significant pullback, if you ask me. So we may see this ramp crazy up, like near 75,000, and then, yikes. Doesn't have to do that, of course. Doesn't have to. It's just one of those things to be aware of. I don't usually look at the Dow. It's so adjusted and manipulated and just doesn't really mean much for me. The numbers are all made up and who knows what the fudge it means. And the stocks that are in here don't even seem to really matter to the economy. UNH, one of the biggest influencers in here, but is it really that big an influence on our stock market? I don't know. You tell me. Jumping into ES, just really choppy from the restart. And the restart, let's see, where is it? Thursday, last night. Well, it was Thursday morning, Thursday. If you didn't know, the futures were pretty much open yesterday for most of the day. Closed at 1, closed at 1 right there. Reopened, just a small gap down, and just choppiness. Choppiness coming into the open. Probably not going to be a lot of volume and participation today. This is looking kind of soft. We may get downside today. Watch out for further decline on NQ. If we start breaking below this zone here, we may extend it lower low than what we had right back here. If you just, Swap Wednesday. So we may go lower low than Wednesday. Thank you, gold. And ES, same situation. If we break down below that low, that high, we may come down here. If we start being soft. So this is the zone to watch right here on ES, which is not very far below us. We start breaking through that. This would be the zone, and then maybe something worse. So I don't know that we'll have the volume to do it today. Russell being kind of sparky here. It does have a 10-minute delay. Just real choppy though, riding the roadmap line. If it breaks down below, that's an indication we're going to see a bigger flush. Oil here. Let's jump up to the daily, see where we are. Just more of the sideways chop. And I kind of expected this to continue being sideways chop between here and here through the new administration. And think about it too, like drill baby drill is not bullish for oil. That's the pull oil prices down. More supply, lower prices. That's not good for going long oil, but it's also good if you're buying, distillates at the pump, as long as we still have distillation facilities to do that. So we need easier regulations on distillation facilities, get some new ones online. We're declining. We're getting to a critical level where we may not be able to produce the level of distillates in this country that we need to actually run the country. So that's a critical, it's kind of like a backdoor play, is that, yeah, they're pushing EVs, but at the same time, they're cutting off the distillation facilities, re-permitting. There hadn't been a new one built in years. Many of the old ones are failing to meet new environmental regulations, so they're having to shut down because the cost to upgrade is too high. So it's kind of like they're forcing the hand off of traditional distillates like gasoline and diesel. It's kind of interesting. And that's the hidden story in the background, is like, yeah, they're pushing EVs, but at the same time, they're also trying to get rid of distillates. So we don't have the supply. So like, you can't drive a gasoline vehicle because you can't buy gas because the supply is not there. It's kind of a dangerous game to play, really. I mean, gold, this is what I'm really cautious about here on gold. We talked about this on Wednesday. Gosh, midweek holidays are so weird. Anyway, I was talking about this, how we did this big correction. We came down right here. We did the bigger correction. We bottomed. We came up, retraced to a 618, bounced up, hovering here. Now this could be 5 up at this point. I was concerned on Wednesday because it looked like 3 up. Now we have a higher high. This could be 5 up, but we may still need one more 618 retrace in here. This may still come back down here, find support again before we can turn and burn. Well, I mean, so 3D chess game here. EVs need lithium right now, but there's also sodium batteries that are being researched. There's also somebody making rockets that could potentially go pull an asteroid full of lithium back to the United States or back to the Earth, and holy cow, we have more lithium than's ever existed on Earth. So, I mean, there's other things happening. And maybe you say that's not realistic, but I wouldn't discount it. Wouldn't count anybody out at this point in the game. Bitcoin. A lot of people thought we'd bust through 100,000 yesterday. Didn't do it. Maybe today. We're right there at it. Showing some strength. I like it. I did sell those MSTX puts. And looks like those are going to be full profit, baby. I was down here at 80, sold it for a ridiculous amount of money, so my real cost basis was somewhere down here, and that looks like it might work out unless we get a big flush today. MSTX still just kind of hovering. MSTR, so these are, I go to the pre-market, pull the gainers, that's things moving up $2 or more in the pre-market. I pull the decliners, things moving down $2 or more in the market, and put them on the list. And I go through them looking for opportunities. These, I'm just kind of riding. I've got shares from way back over here, pre-split, and we're just riding. I think 1,000 might be a lofty goal, and a top, potentially. Maybe even does the SMCI thing, and it goes super crazy, 1,200, 1,300. Entirely possible for MSTR. I'd be looking for the exit if we do that, especially if Bitcoin's getting up into the $150,000 area. So be careful chasing these at this point. The opportunity to get in was several weeks ago, not necessarily now. If you're going to play with weekly options or something like that, sell weekly put, be freaking careful. Make sure that you know where you're wrong, all right? It's not being wrong that costs you money, although you're going to take a hit. Staying wrong into a position and doubling down or adding to it when you're presented with being wrong. I was kind of looking at this breakout level here when I was looking at MSTX. Remember, leverage charts don't always follow my patterns. If you're new here, don't just take today's information and be like, dang, got it. This has been an ongoing narrative here with MSTX. In fact, I told a lot of people that considering getting in down here and building your position. Now we're at danger levels, all right? Think about it. If MSTR did a 50% retrace, this is 2x leverage. What does that mean? That means 100% down. Ouch. Ouch. So that's why we saw this outsized move down when MSTR did a relatively benign pullback here. MSTU also high flyer. Some people say that, there's analysis online. I don't really give a crap, but there's analysis online that this is a true 2x and MSTX is going to underperform because of the way they do their stuff. I mean, if you're really concerned about that, cool. But that is a much higher price compared to that. I'm not necessarily looking for the 2x. I'm just looking for the performance, the outperformance of MSTR. So I'm not saying one's better than the other. They're both targeting 2x long. That's a T-Rex and that's a Defiance. Which one's better? I don't know. Which one can you afford? I like to play in things that are a little less. This one actually has, and this one has daily options, or weekly options, weekly options now. This one still hanging out on the monthlies. So those are all dangerous. Be freaking careful. Lose big money. That's the bottom line. If you took away anything else, take away the fact they are dangerous at this point. This probably going to continue to retest this consolidation zone from back here. I kind of expect at least one more flush lower than right there. I just kind of expect it. And then resistance going up is all the way up there. So it's got a mega climb to go. And remember, semiconductors, this circles back to where I started with the SOXX, SOXL. This may not hold here. We could see a bigger flush. Now, what do these guys do? They make chip fabs. All right. So they create the machines that make chips. AGFY, reverse split, absolute dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. I would not trade this with your money. Just wouldn't. And the chart says long term, probably going back to the bottom. MSTX we already talked about. Applied Materials. Couldn't do it. Couldn't turn it around. This looks like we may need one more flush. Oil. Ultra natural gas. Getting a nice little pop today. This is a dumpster fire of a chart. Be very, very careful. UNG also getting a little bit of bump, but we're still below the roadmap line. It's still a dumpster fire of a chart. So we go look at natural gas. Popping, we're just churning here, looking for the extension. I think I've kind of held that $4 was going to be our upside target here. Some people are like, why is gas going higher? Because the chart predicted it was going higher months ago. Just took us a little while to do it. The fundamental reasons don't matter, and I don't really care. So watch out for the $4 pop. Could go on up to 420, 430, but then we'll probably get a retrace of some sort. At least a 618 of this whole move from back here, early 24 to up here. We're in the zone where we typically peak out. Look, we typically peak out October, November, even December, coming into January. So sometime in the next month, we'll probably pop. And then typically right into the new year, we get a large flush. It happens almost every year into the March, April timeframe. So March, April timeframe, large flush. Be careful. Be careful, be careful, be careful. If we peak that 420 area, this could be a place to think about building a position. This is not the dumpster fire of a chart. As bad. Does have some volatility in here, but so if we spike that 420 gas, natural gas, this could be a spot to build a reasonable, this is ultra short. So this is a leveraged short on natural gas, but I would expect gas to flush into the new year. Somewhere around that March, April timeframe. Could be a little faster, could be a little slower. Hard to determine time, but this may be a way to play. PTIR. That's just PLTR's leverage chart. Still the same upside target. Only about 10%, 11% more to go before I think we're going to hit a wall and potentially retrace before we can go higher. That's what I expect, but this one has not been following the pattern so great. Like all along the way here, I expected a bigger retrace, and we just haven't done it. This could be nearing the end of, this could be an extended fifth wave here that we're doing right now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the extended fifth, which could result in a larger retrace. Could bring it back down in here before we can go higher, but I don't know. I wouldn't count on it. That's not a high probability necessarily. SMCI, this is just dangerous right here. If you want to play with fire, play with this one. This could get delisted any day now, potentially next week. If it gets delisted, you're stuck. It also looks like it could go lower. This has been an absolute bubble pattern of a stock right here. We came back. I thought we'd come back to the 20s. We did. We could even take it even deeper. Back down in this area. I thought 10 for 1 split was a ridiculous thing to have done. And that could be, it's just arrogance on the part of SMCI. May collapse that baby back down. We'll see. If they get back down in the $4 area, $5 area, they'll probably collapse it back down. So all I gotta say is be careful. And that's the end of the list today. Wasn't a ton of stuff. Not much poppers, not much decliners. I guess I should hit the rest though. Dun, 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 dun. Jumped around. Boil. Where we were. SOS. Reverse split. Nasty. UMAC. Wow. Going exponential. Where's the upside? You got me. Didn't really have much indication of where we might pop to. That's already getting past most of the targets. DPST. Watch for that to come back to the roadmap line. That's kind of, I've been saying that for a few weeks. That's what it looks like it wants to do. Be careful. TEM. It's choppy, but we could see an extension out to 92. SMLR. Doing the MSTR thing. This one may just rip and really rip. This could go exponential rip here. It's not about what they're doing. It's about, it's not about what their biotech medical specialty stuff's doing. It's about what they're doing with their bonds. Doing the MSTR thing, pushing that 618 right there. We could see 211. Think about that. You could buy some shares here. If this thing popped like that, it's almost a 4x on shares. That may be a good play. I might consider putting some money in shares. SNRE. Choppy, not enough candles to do anything with. Hasbro. Oh, that's a nice bounce. That high, that low. 618 resistance right there. And it may continue up. This has a relatively good history here. 75%. Light profit factor. If it does, it's kind of likely to going up there. I nod. Watch for that to come back down. LRCX. Watch for that to go lower. We've already hit a target on the downside. 10 for 1 split. Oh, man. That's a danger, danger, danger. Watch for the bigger decline. MALI. Watch for that to break on down. That's held a lower high. Lower high. Could come on down to the 1600 area. Golly, come on. Yeah, watch for that one to... Oh, watch out for that to break on down. Now, it could find support here and go higher again, but right now, that's kind of the pattern it's got set up, is to flush on down in this area. Possibly it's down as low as 1500. APLT, probably come back down the roadmap line. SMCX, that's 2x long on SMCI. That's probably going towards 0, especially you could get stuck there if... Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Come on. There's the current target on Mara right in here. If we start breaking through that, we could be looking at a bigger, larger upside potential. Kind of riding the channel here. So the top of the channel, somewhere up in this zone. And if we were to break out, it could be extra spicy. Bitcoin breaks on out. Miners are going to get extremely profitable around 120,000. That could result in a large upside move in a lot of miners. All right, what was the other alert that flew through there? Let's see. Gotta change my settings to all symbols. ETHU. Oh yeah, go baby go. Looking for this one to at least get up here to the $20 area. At least. XLK. More and more alerts. All right, back to the list really quickly. Try to wrap this up. BRZU. 2x leverage on Brazil is plummeting into the abyss. I made a crap ton of money on EWZ back during COVID. That kind of opportunity is not present on this chart right now. You know, over here, I bought some 20. Oh, let's see, what was it? I think, yeah, they're 40 strike puts. 40 strike puts right here. I paid 20 cents a piece for them. So 40 strike. They went down to, they went $20 in the money. Think about that. You spent 20 cents and it went $20 in the money. That's 100x. So that was a third of the money I made during COVID. That opportunity does not present itself right now because this is already in the 20s. So shorting Brazil would not be a way to play the pending market flush. Cold, like I say, same opportunities don't always present themselves. Can't just do the same thing over and over and expect the same results. Cold. Like I talked about that one, PTR and SMCI. All right, bonus trade for the day. Anybody want to see one? Do you? Anybody? DTE right here. Target 133.99. Stop 114. It's upside about $8. 78% of the time it's worked. Profit factor just below 2. 41 trades since 1968. That's pretty strong. Flipping back over, DTE. So here's what we're looking at right here. Got that high, this low, closed above. Looking for this little extension right there. Now, historically, that's taken about 90 days, 90 trading days, not calendar days. Don't just be like 3 months, got it. It's not 3 months, all right? This is a difficult concept for a lot of people, but that's trading days. Candlemaker isn't open on days like Thanksgiving and Saturdays and Sundays, Saturdays and Sundays. So 90 days puts us out here like this. That's 136 days. So you need at least 6 months on this baby. If you're buying options, if you're buying shares, no big deal. You're not going to run out of time. Now, for those of you looking at that with shares, you're like, well, 125, 134, that's not a giant upside. True. Not a giant upside, but it also could go a lot faster. Doesn't have to just mess around for that long. So you got to make your choices. I'm just presenting an opportunity. I probably won't take that. Just being straight up honest with you, I probably won't take that one. Just throwing it out there though, as a potential setup. Right there, you can see that's actually the profit factor's gotten a little better more recently. 78.5, 2.0. Average gone down a little bit. Probably because I did the statistics back around Labor Day. So this win, and this win weren't in my statistics. And now here's another potential entry. So far this year, it's done 2 in a row, and they've been really fast. Maybe get a third one right in a row pretty quickly. There you go. All right, expectation for today. Make sure you give me a like or a thumbs up if anything I said was cool, beneficial, helpful. How do you get this? You don't get this. It's my tool. Don't have it for sale. I power some alerts off of it, but I don't give it out for sale. Bias for the day, cautious. I'm not feeling today. Remember, we do close early, about 1 o'clock. It's real choppy. If we get a breakout, this could go higher. I don't expect anything big today, but market can always do whatever the fudge it wants to do. We could get a big move. I just don't expect it. Remember, we only have a limited time. We've got basically, now it's 10 o'clock, so we got 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. We got 3 hours left to do whatever we're going to do. And then we're shut down till Sunday night. So have a great day out there. Stay safe. I'll be in Discord at least till the close. And if I find anything, I'll throw it out there for those that, whatever subscription or membership you got, that I find something, I'll throw it out there. Otherwise, have a great day. I'll see you Monday. Same bad time, same bad channel. As always, thanks for coming. We'll see you later. Bye.